Hey guys, Nick Dambrie here again with Dambrie Guerin Real Estate Advisors. I'm sitting with Ben at Rainbow Restorations, and I wanted to meet with him today about his business. He's somebody that we use quite often. He's somebody that we call directly when we have a problem with mold, smell in the house, things that need to be cleaned up, or if a client had water in the basement, those types of experiences. So Ben, tell me about how did you find Rainbow Restorations? How did you get involved in this?
It kind of found me, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Right place, right time. I had a unique skill set and a mentor that knew that I had a unique skill set and kind of pushed me down the right path. It was definitely right place, right time.
Very cool. And how long have you been doing it?
11 years.
11 years. And now are they a franchised organization or?
In our industry, you kind of have to be in order to work with those insurance companies. So we are a local franchise. We are independently owned, obviously, each location. So we own all of Southern Maine.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. What would you say would drive people to call you? And you're probably seeing people sometimes in a bad spot, right? I mean, they just had their basement flooded, or they had a catastrophe, a major fire or something along those lines. What's your typical day like?
We're kind of that weird number. You don't want to have to call us because usually it's bad things, like you said.
Sure.
But we get the call from water damage to repairing for fire, smoke. In your industry, we deal a lot with odors as well as carpet cleaning. By default, we end up doing that, and then mold. So the two biggest things that we work with realtors are is mold and odor.
Sure. And what sets you apart from other people in the mold industry or odor industry? Why Rainbow?
To be honest with you, there's different levels of credentialing. There's let's call it college 101 level education, and then you've got bachelor's degree, and then you have what in our industry is considered doctorate level, and we have that and then some. So I've taken great pride. Mold has become kind of a passion for me.
Sure.
As weird as that sounds, I love the investigative work of it, the detail work of it, the out of the box thinking that comes with the mold world. So we definitely have some other resources that other companies don't have. We have the knowledge to back that up as well. And the training and the certificates behind that. It's a market that I think a lot of people and companies have a broad or basic view of how to remediate mold, but when it comes to the real specifics, when there's a tricky case or a very specific health problem, then it takes another level of knowledge.
Sure. So in my industry, usually the way it happens is a home inspector calls into the attic and says, geez, I see mold-like growth. And then I call you, and then you deal with it.
Yeah.
So often, as soon as the inspector says something like that, the buyer or the seller starts to get worried. Mold is dangerous, yes, but mold is all around. So if you were to try to calm somebody down, what is it about mold, and how bad is it?
It depends on the person. It depends on the strain.
Sure.
So when people say they're allergic to mold, that's a bit subjective because there's thousands of strains of mold.
Okay.
Which one are you? Are you broadly allergic to the allergen? Aspergillus penicillium is the one that most people run into and have issues with. But each person's different. It's like a bee sting. You might not be allergic. I might be allergic. But typically, what we see in the attic world again is it's subjective. It depends on a lot of parameters. Is the house vented correctly? The biggest issues we see are in basements because that's an actual living space that you're dealing with. In the attic, it's more of an unsightly thing that gets red flagged more than anything. People most of the time don't even know they have it until an inspection happens.
So when somebody calls you, inspector comes in, they find it, you come in, you look at it. Do you deal with the problem soup to nuts? Do you diagnose what's causing it and fix that as well, or do you just clean up what's there?
Again, each case is different. The part that I really get excited about is figuring out what's causing it and how to fix it. So yes, we do at least give opinions. If we have the ability to do whatever would be to rectify the issue, then yes, we will take that on as well. Try and do everything we can soup to nuts to help people out so they don't have to deal with that. But again, there's always that odd man out that we just can't help.
Right.
It's something outside of our wheelhouse, and then
Sure.
at least we'll have resources to give them.
In this line of work, what is the most rewarding piece of it?
As weird as it sounds, it's dealing with the tough or tricky customer/situations. I've always enjoyed the fact that if you have a customer that can be a little difficult, we all deal with them.
Sure.
But have them, be your biggest fan at the end.
Yeah.
That is what's rewarding. Kill them with kindness,
Yeah.
do the job above and beyond, see if you can win them over. There's always problems that arise in that's just the world. But how can you overcome them and fix what you can fix and
Yeah.
make it better than how you started? That's your goal.
So could you, just so I can fully understand, if I needed to call you, what areas would I be calling you for? I'd be calling you for fire,
Yep.
water, damage, odors. Did I see, is carpet cleaning a division, or is it,
It's a division. We do it when we're dealing with something that needs it. We are a premium carpet cleaning company. It's not something that we go out. We will do it for our existing clients.
Sure.
And a job that it is needed for, but that's not something we actively promote.
Sure.
The other side of our business that people might need us that don't realize they need us is media blasting, whether it be equipment that is needing to be cleaned, hydraulic lines, something of sensitive nature. It's a form of sandblasting, but we have multiple forms of media. We can use dry ice, which has no residual impact because whatever we're blasting turns into a gas, down to sandblasting itself.
Does that need to come to you, or can you go to the location?
We can do it mobile or here as well.
Really? And how big of a job can you do?
We've done very large scale, big buildings in downtown Portland that wanted their beams to be cleaned up, exposed. You've probably seen it in a lot of the buildings in Portland have the old, big, huge 12 by 12 beams exposed, make it look pretty for a restaurant. That's actually usually walnut shells, so we'll go in and actually clean those up, make those old beams look new again.
Wow, very cool, very cool. And your territory is all southern Maine, so you go to York, to how far north?
We'll go Bridgeton, Lewiston, kind of across.
Okay.
Usually about an hour radius of Portland is where we go.
Okay. And when you're not helping people that have experienced a major loss or catastrophe in life, what are you guys doing for fun?
We own a horse farm, so we do a lot of maintenance and fun stuff like that. But as well as mountain biking and hiking are our passions. Our little one does that with us too.
Well, very cool. Well, thank you so much for doing this. Where can we find you? Where can people locate you? What are your email, phone number?
You can find us easily on Google. Water damage, mold damage, Rainbow.
Yeah.
Rainbow Restoration Portland. It'll come right up.
Great.
It's Ben at Rainbow Greater Portland, or our office line, emergency line 24/7 is 207-730-7125.
Great. Very cool. Well, if you guys need any help with an accident or the toddler overflowed the bathroom, give Ben a call. He'd be more than happy to help you. If you have any concerns, give us a call at Dambrie Garin, 207-553-2400. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next week.